Another indication that someone is dying is something we call visioning. So a person at end of life will begin to see things that others cannot. People that are very much in the realm of the living who are not in this transition process will not be able to see these things or hear these things most of the time, right? But people who are headed towards the realm of the dead, who are in this transition of dying, often see visions of loved ones who have already passed on, pets that have already passed on, religious figures, angels, all kinds of beings, family members that they have never met before, but just somehow know that they are family members, friends that have died, all kinds of people on the other side. Sometimes they can see visions of things that might happen, like a premonition kind of thing, or they see landscapes, the ocean, that sort of thing. And in this process of visioning, they often will reach out. So they may try to touch. So you'll see a lot of reaching. They may try to hold hands or hug these individuals. If they're seeing their mother that had passed on before, they may try to touch their mother. So you can't see what they're seeing, but from your perspective, it looks like they're reaching and touching. So they may talk about people that they have seen. And so sometimes we think of this as, oh, maybe they're declining mentally. That can be part of the disease process for certain diseases, but not necessarily. And this is quite common at end of life to have these visions of loved ones who have passed on, or religious figures, angels, Jesus, Buddha, whatever you subscribe to. It's not uncommon to see these figures at end of life and for people to talk about seeing them. What else do I want to say about visioning? Yeah, so it's a normal part of the death and dying process, the end of life process. It doesn't necessarily mean there's a cognitive decline, but it's just an indication, a marker of where we're at on this end of life journey. And it is something that has been well documented across cultures around the entire globe, different backgrounds, different socioeconomic levels. So this actually happens to a lot of people. Even people who are deaf and blind do experience seeing, if you will, maybe in their minds. I'm not quite sure how all of that works, but being able to actually have a visit or seeing people who have passed on, or there will be auditory, people would say hallucinations, but auditory things where they might not necessarily see a loved one, but they have heard a loved one who has passed on before, heard their voice. So this visioning or seeing things that you cannot see is quite common at end of life. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.